All right, first please, minutes, Board of Selectmen meeting from November 5th. I read this one already, so make a note that John Mullen is excused. Okay.
I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes of the November 5th meeting as written.
Second, okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Next, minutes from the Board of Selectmen non-public meeting. I think before we accept the minutes, we need to talk about how long before they can be released.
I'll make a motion that we seal the minutes for 5 years.
5 years, I'll second the motion. Normally this is done right after the meeting, and we got on to some other topic and didn't. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, now accept the minutes for
As written,
as
go right
written.
ahead and non-public.
All right, I'll second the motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Hawkers and peddlers permit ordinance. First reading.
Okay, so back in the day, you approved
Careful, I use that word you, who's you?
the board approved
1979?
this, which is the actual permit, back in August of this year, because I have the minutes. But what we didn't do is we didn't go through the actual ordinance
To support.
to support that.
Okay.
So I've marked them out, just like all of our mess. Try to save paper. This is your ordinance, that's how small it is. This was the old, right?
The old permit.
This was the
is-
old permit,
And
which
this
is,
is the new permit.
Right.
This replaces that one there.
so we just need to update that, cause I know you added a fee. Yep, cause I just went into the minutes.
Fee of $25.
Yep. Annual permits are not allowed, 25 for a week, which will consist of calendar days. Which is 7-day period.
You wanna read?
So we just need to read that, and we can make adjustments as needed. and then
So
we'll
the
read
only
the next
adjustments we
one.
should say on that like that, each permit will have a fee of $25.
For a 7-day calendar day period, yep. Cause that's how you motioned it in the.
Okay. Okay, so the current one, it says town owners licensed hockey peddlers, effective date March 10th, 1942.
Right, so we need to update that, it was updated on August 27th, 2018, revised.
Okay, it didn't revise at that point, okay.
Yeah.
And we're gonna revise it. Was that $25 in there? the
Yes.
revision? So we don't have to do it again?
No, you don't have to vote on that, you just need to update your ordinance wording to
Okay.
go with what you approved
Okay.
on the 27th. And then the next meeting will accept that
Okay.
change.
Alright.
That's all you have to really do right
By vote of town meeting, that anyone should get a license or permit for the selectmen before they could sell cannabis or go from house to house in any form of soliciting.
now.
Pretty open-ended, isn't it? So, we gotta just go ahead and read it, and then we'll make a change from the last time we had the meeting like that, and the next meeting we'll just vote to accept it as it is, and it'll be revised as of then. Correct, Laura?
Correct.
March 10th, 1942. 4 months before then, December 7th, 1941, it's Pearl Harbor.
Mhm.
So what were they selling as we go?
War bonds.
I bet it was war bonds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going door to door.
It was a big drive across the entire United States.
Yeah.
Schools, everything.
So they wanted everyone to make sure they had a license, so even back then, people were trying to
Take advantage.
run a scam. Yep. How sad is that? 75 years ago.
Nice to see
thereabouts.
some things don't change, John.
Consistency's always been a good thing.
All right, next one. The special event permit ordinance, first reading.
Okay, so that's right here. That's the application,
Has
just
that
that one side, because I double-sided everything. Then you have what's called a noise guidance, guidelines for special events. This is what you probably should be looking at. Leave the other side of the back of that, here's the rest of it, yep. So this is the front and that's the back. Because, Chief Blodgett created a new special events permit to kind of go match like the Hawkers Peddler. The school came to him looking for an event permit for their Christmas party for parking on the road. So we discussed it, him and I'm like, well, is it really a special event permit, or is it really that you're just breaking the parking ordinance? Because can you not have an event at your house without a permit?
If you park on the road, you're supposed to
So you're
have,
really just breaking the parking.
I guess in a way, yeah.
Okay, so he added parking permit, so really, it's not that you can't have a barbecue with 70 of your friends, it's the fact that you're parking on the road.
Right.
So he added that to the so it's basically a parking permit.
Okay.
He just kind of made it look like the other one. The hours, he wanted to know the hours of it, like just like that. So this can be changed, but then I saw that there's a noise thing. Do we really even have a noise thing in this town? I mean, this goes with
I
it.
have to tell you, when you're sitting and you're doing this thing like that, and you have it like that, does that mean the police department have to run around with a little decibel meter like that?
Exactly,
figure it out?
like we
I
don't
mean,
even do
It
that.
tells you table 1, maximum permissible A-weighted sound levels, day 55, night 45 decibels. You have maximums and, come on, who's gonna be doing all that?
Well, there's a whole other page of the event stuff, and I'm like, we don't, it's basically that you're parking on the road, so if you have a permit to park there between 7 and 10 or whatever, then if an officer goes by, he knows that he's got that on the wall downstairs, and they've seen it before shift, so he should be okay, you know?
Maybe it was a happening place.
Yeah.
But
Plus,
there's like a whole page of
I'll bet there
rules.
are apps you can put on
Measurement of noise.
your phone that tells you how many
Oh,
decibels of noise you are.
nowadays, yeah, you're right.
What is?
I'll bet there's
Probably an
apps
app
on
on
your
the
phone
Oh, yeah.
that will give you that.
You're right.
That came from Mr. Flip Phone over here.
Right down.
Have you upgraded yet?
No,
You're
but
going to, you said.
I had to send a notice out for Farm Museum and I actually used a text message. One of the guys came in to volunteer and about fell on the ground. The Hotchkiss, you actually sent the text.
So basically, noise guidelines for special events, it does have measurement of noise. Okay, and then, that's the table for it. Right there.
Okay,
Hey, yeah, I was just talking about you.
you want me to read it?
Go ahead, I read the last one, it took a long time.
Okay, this one was signed, I guess 1986. Guy Richardson, Chairman, Robert DeAngelis, Selectman, Marshall Nash, Selectman. Okay, here we go. Noise guidelines for special events. As appropriate to the type of special event proposed to be conducted within the town of Littleton under special license RSA 286:1 through 4, the applicant may be required as a condition of the granting of such license, sounds like it was written by a lawyer, to comply with the following noise requirements so as to avoid pollution to the neighborhood in which the event is conducted. Item 1, if the event is to be held outdoors, includes amplification of sound in a manner which may be disturbing to the neighborhood, the applicant may be required to engage, at its own expense, an individual having expertise in sound measurement devices listed below and is approved by the Selectmen of Littleton. Such individuals shall conduct measurements of sound levels by testing prior to the commencement of the event and during the event. An apparent violation of these guidelines will require the enforcing officer to give a verbal to cease or abate the noise immediately or within a specified period of time. Failure to comply with the order specified shall cause immediate termination of the license, and the violator shall be held liable for the penalties therefore as provided under New Hampshire law. Item 2, measurement of the noise. The measurement of sound or noise, unless otherwise specified by the selectmen, shall be made with a sound level meter meeting the standards prescribed by, blah, 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 and all these. The instrument shall be maintained in calibration and in good working order. A calibration check shall be made of the system at the time of any noise measurement. Measurements recorded should be taken so as to provide a proper representation of the noise source. The microphone during measurement shall be positioned so as not to create any unnatural enhancement or diminution of the measured noise. A windscreen for the microphone should be used when required. Traffic, aircraft, and other transportation noise sources and other background noises shall not be considered in taking measurements, except where such background noise interferes with the primary noise being measured. Item B, the slow meter response to the sound level meter shall be used in order to best determine that the amplitude has not exceeded the limiting noise level set forth in table 1 below. Item C, the measurement shall be made upon the nearest public way, or at the location from which a complaint is received, a level of 5 feet above ground. Pretty detailed. The following table 1 shows the limits, okay? For the purpose of this table, day shall be defined as 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Nighttime is 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. If the noise is not smooth and continuous, one or more of the corrections in table 2 below shall be added or subtracted. Oh, jeez. If it's hammering, take 5 points off. Screech, take 5 points off. Okay? Wow. Yeah.
That can be a lot shorter.
Yep.
It sounds like back in the day, they knew what they were doing, so they picked that up right from somebody else, like
Sure.
a city or like that, who had problem, like, whatever, and adopted it as their own.
We probably should have some kind of a noise ordinance only to deal with, like we had that problem family around there.
But I'll bet, before we pass that, I'll bet we can find out if there's apps that can go right on your own phone and,
Can you calibrate a phone?
well,
I think the phone's self-calibrating. GPS is self-calibrating, time is self-calibrating,
yeah.
so.
Alright, obstruction of class 5 highways, ordinance first read.
Yeah, if you're going to,
Are we done with this thing here for the, do we have to prove that, or are we gonna just?
well, if you want, he wants to give one to the school, so if
Do you
you
wanna
wanna
prove
approve
it?
that.
I've
I
read
mean, it can be
yeah, okay.
changed, so.
At this point, I'd make a motion that we approve the new special event parking permit. And keep it as a living document for subject to future changes.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Unless, any comments from anybody? No. I'm impressed that the school is trying to do it correctly by asking for parking permits for the night of their concert.
Yeah, well,
So here's the next
my
town
suggestion.
obstruction of class 5 highways, so you have a no parking one that you might
So
wanna
that was, you have the app.
just read.
Just downloaded it.
Does everybody have the app? Sorry to break in. I mean, he just showed me the app that's,
Noise app?
yeah.
For decibel meter.
How much is it right now?
Right now, we're at 62 decibels,
Ah.
says conversation.
Okay, what is it?
And it says quiet library.
32. What are you giving me noise?
John, speak up, we can't hear you.
But would anybody actually do that? Not around here. You can stand outside of the party and.
Yeah, I think they would, yeah.
I think so
I
too.
don't think so.
Otherwise, it becomes a question of opinion. Is it too loud or not too
It's a
loud?
matter
I think you
of.
just
But everybody
time
We're
for
gonna
it.
have to
bring out
enforce
their
it.
phones and do it, so it's not like they could be like, they can say they're ignorant to it, it's like, but whatever.
Alright, so town ordinance, obstruction of a class 5 highway. February 1st, 1982. Fairly recent.
Yes.
40 years after the first other one. The following, the follow ordinance, I would think it'd be the following ordinance, has been enacted by the Selectmen of New Hampshire pursuant to the powers granted in RSA 41:11 and RSA 47:17, whatever. 1, snow obstruction. No person shall deposit any substantial quantity of snow on any class 5 road in the town of Middleton, either in the compact area of the town or the rural area, by virtue of plowing an individual driveway or disposing snow in the road or by any other method. Parking, no person shall park their vehicle on the side of any public town road for any substantial time of day or overnight. Okay. Define substantial time. Penalty, any person found violating either of these ordinances after complaint and investigation shall be ordered to pay a civil forfeiture of $50 for the first offense and $75 for each successive offense. To the town of Middleton, New Hampshire, at the town clerk's office within 48 hours of receipt of the order to desist. Should you fail to otherwise choose not to follow this procedure, you will be summoned to the Rochester District Court. Should you fail to answer the summons, a warrant will be issued revised March 21st, 1988. And for effective date, the foregoing order shall become effective as of February 1st, 1982. The foregoing revision shall become effective as of March 21st, 1988. Approved on February 1st, 1982 by Carl Mitchell, Michael Fuller, and Thomas Carricker.
Gonna talk with the highway department to find out about the substantial.
What's,
I
are
think-
the roads in town considered class 5, is that what they are?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So basically, I think we've already addressed that, because Rick, we changed it to any amount of snow.
Okay, then we're gonna.
So, but
should we change
we're
it?
gonna have to make sure that that was updated to say that too, because we did say that.
Okay, and then, except unless you have a permit, that's where I was going, no parking on any side of public town road for any,
Unless we have an
unless
event
you have
permit,
it, okay,
special
that's what I
event
mean,
permit,
okay.
approved by the local, by the police department.
What was the
Okay,
date
with-
of that old noise ordinance? What was the date of that old noise one? That's not the one, it's the other one.
82, was it?
I think it was 82, so.
86, somewhere
Oh,
around there.
86, it was 86.
It's written on the bottom of it.
Yeah, 96, April 8th of 1996.
Probably read it wrong.
Or I don't know. Okay, so,
Alright. Laura, do you wanna talk about the spending freeze, or do you want me to?
you can go right ahead.
Okay. Through, well, a number of miscues, some information that the town should have submitted was not submitted in a timely manner because we did not have a assessing clerk that accurate, because Glenn
Yeah.
wasn't here.
Yeah, that's part of it.
That helped to delay DRA, Department of Revenue Administration, setting our tax rate. Coupled with that was a problem from the school district, which caused a delay in setting our tax rate. The issues have now been resolved as of today, Laura working through the right channels to get the information to DRA, so now we're waiting for them to settle. By the way, we're not the only town has not gotten the tax rate. I think neither Farmington nor Milton have theirs. But until we set the tax rate, we can't send out the tax bills. Until we send out the tax bills, we don't get the money in. And that's where this whole business about a spending freeze comes. We have enough money to pay payroll and so forth, but there's some large looming bills that are going to come due within 2 or 3 weeks. The county tax bill, how much? 500,000?
423,000.
$423,000 to the county.
That's another school payment,
Another monthly school payment of
248,000.
248,000. Alright? So, we'd like to be able to pay those. There's 2 ways, if the tax rate is not set soon enough, there's 2 ways of doing it. Trying to delay paying some of our bills until the tax rate is set. Or a TAN, T-A-N, tax anticipation note. You go to the bank, ask money for 90 days until the tax money comes in and then we pay it off. We did that, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, okay? I don't like doing it because you have to pay interest on it, but on the other hand, we do have to pay our bills. I guess at the immediate, right now, we're not doing anything, but we'll see how long it takes to get the DRA to set the tax rate, how long it takes us to stuff the envelopes and put them out in the mail, how long it takes for people to get in and pay them, right?
What do we usually, when we send them out, is it 30?
October.
30
No,
days.
no, I know,
Oh.
like typically, but it's like, so if we sent them out November 30th, then it would be due like December 30th,
Yes,
is that
right.
okay?
What I think
It's
Sandy was
30
getting
days.
at is I think she wants you to do a freeze.
Yeah,
Because currently, right now, unless we send them out like this week, we're gonna be in a predicament.
Right.
Cause even if we got a note, it's over 2 weeks to get that.
So we should put a memo to all departments that absolutely no more spending of money, whether it's budgeted or not.
until we can get this
Right. Until they,
tax money straightened out.
Cause what happens is that the escrow money from the mortgage companies comes in like only a couple days before it's due,
Right, which would, right,
which is
would
the
make sense.
majority of it.
Right, yeah, yes.
So, it is,
Right, and who's
this is
gonna-
not financial ruin, it's just waiting for DRA to set the tax rate, okay?
Will you let us know when that gets released?
Oh, sure,
Okay.
cause you'll get your tax bill, yes,
Well, I think it would, the spending
department
freeze
heads
would
will know before
probably
that.
get
yeah,
Okay.
released, I would think,
right.
once the past, I would think maybe like right after tax bills are
Mm.
due.
Today's Monday, it could be before
Tomorrow.
the end of this week,
Could be
Okay,
out,
so-
I don't know.
I doubt it.
But you're talking about the tax rate,
right,
but I think you were asking about the tax freeze?
Yes.
The
Spending
Oh,
freeze.
yeah.
Right.
Spending freeze, sorry, tax freeze.
right,
Tax- which was-
yeah, I like
Spending
the,
freeze,
I still wanna pay payroll,
right.
but let's try not to incur new bills until we can get this straightened out.
So the
Absolutely.
tax bills aren't sent out until, say, December 5th? Oh, your spending freeze could extend into the next year? Right, but they could incur, so I guess like, you know, if you came to and said, you know, we have it in the budget, but we know that there's a spending freeze, we wanna purchase this, they just accrue it until the next year,
Mhm.
it's through. So it is actually gonna be spent in 2018, it's just.
And for both of you, Roxanne and Laura, could you, a bill is incurred in December of 2018. It's paid on January 9th of 2019. Which budget is that?
2018.
18. So we're okay. Okay. So it's not like the departments lose their money per se.
No, that's why I
Yes.
said, you know,
Yeah.
like if they came in and said, this is what we, you know, we wanna be able to spend, you know, we wanna buy this, but we know that there's the spending freeze, so they're gonna input
Right.
for it. And so it is made into the 2018.
Incur the bill now, but we won't pay it until
Correct.
next year.
The biggest thing to be careful is the billing date has to
Has to be
be,
before the,
it has to be before January 1st.
Oh, okay, so.
You can't sit there and say January 1, you spend like that, that goes in a current, non-existent
Well-
budget that has not been voted
Right,
on
but
yet.
like,
So you
right,
can't
but I
do
mean,
that.
like Joanne was saying though, it becomes an incurred, it's incurred but not and
Right.
again, from us, from an insurance standpoint, we incur the bill now. We're not gonna pay it until we actually get some paperwork that says it's so.
We don't have the whole month of January to pay those bills, do we?
no,
We have like 2 weeks
of January,
of
right?
January to pay anything
Before
that come
she'll
in.
run a report, and then it'll cost the auditor more money to actually move the money.
So,
Stupid.
you gotta
Best
be very
case
careful
scenario
how we
is
do
to
it,
be
so.
able to get the tax rate in as soon as possible, because
And
then.
the whole goal has always been to be October.
Right, no, but I'm just saying,
Instead of
given this,
November.
given this
Good last year.
predicament,
Last year's worked out pretty good, but
Part of it was our reval was this year, so we're already off 30 days,
right,
because our reval was not done for the September 1st deadline for the MS1. So we were already at October 1st.
right.
And then without the assessor clerk, there were other things missed, and then, but like,
Kinda sounds like the money could be.
And I mentioned two bills, there's a third bill. In March, the voters voted to spend money for capital reserve funds, some here, some here, some here. At the end of the year, we take money from the general fund and put it in all those capital reserve funds. 100,000?
101,000, we just wrote that check too,
So
so it's like,
We're waiting before we deposit that in the bank as well, alright? But
what am I saying?
payroll will continue, and we'll worry about the others as we go along, alright? Okay, So much for this.
So do we have to make sure that, we're gonna vote and make sure that everybody, all the department heads know that there's a spending freeze
Yes.
effective immediately?
We'll send out an email.
Okay. I just wanna make sure that we know what we're doing.
All right. Any old business?
What, oh, Christmas tree lighting, that's old business, isn't it?
Yeah?
We had that the other night. Laura took the lead on that, organized it. We had what, 40 people, 40,
Yeah,
50
I think
people
so.
come out for it, so. It's kind of iffy day, because it don't rain all day long, and then it actually stopped raining, and it's fairly, I thought, mild out, so it's come out pretty good, so. Yeah. Thanks to Amy Gardner, Pastor Tom's wife, for doing the singing and all that kind of stuff, so. Other than that, that's the only old business I got.
Okay. On the new business, the wording is a bit misleading. It's not a complaint from Waste Management, it's a complaint about Waste Management.
Oh, that
Okay.
was a given.
And if you have the letter, I'll be glad to
Yep.
read it.
Here,
That's a
if you wanna follow along, that's my email.
This letter was given to us today. The person was going to show up, can't show up, so we're gonna read the letter in their absence. It's from Demetrius Desaros,
Zeros.
Pond Road, Middleton. Where is Pond Road? Pond Road is off Access Road.
Oh,
Access Road is a class 6 road, Pond Road is a private road, okay? If you live on 153, you know of problems with the waste management trucks going down Deer Run,
yeah,
and what's the other one?
probably Pine Ridge.
Pine Ridge, those are the two ones?
I know Deer Run, but I didn't know Pine Ridge, but yeah, Deer
Okay.
Run is definitely.
One of them has, in the past, has had trash piled out at the.
Oh, that's Deer Run, that's Deer
Okay.
Run. That's right up there from Laura.
Not Pleasant Valley, I believe that's a public road.
Yes.
Okay, so, here we go. This person is concerned because as the weather has been decreasing, Waste Management, I believe, has said, hey, we're not going up Access Road, it's not plowed, we're not going on Pond Road. Here we go. To whom it may concern, as I am unable to attend the Board of Selectmen meeting scheduled for tonight, due to increasing demands for my time at work, I am writing this letter to formally oppose the relief of Waste Management from contractual duties to remove residents' trash curbside. I was informed of the above statement. Attention, Middleton, Deer Run Road, and Access Road residents. Due to road conditions for the waste management trucks, all residents are to bring their waste buckets to the main road, Route 153, for pickup. This will continue for the remainder of the winter season. End of quotes. I guess this was brought to Demetrius by another resident unaffected by the change. This was posted on social media, an informal and gregarious place, allowing transparencies in such an action to be removed, and I voiced my concerns within the comments section. I was informed they were great questions and the concerns should be presented to the board, meaning us. Property taxes and applicable assessments include curbside trash pickup. This is included at the same rate, unless it can be shown otherwise. In other words, the same proportion of my tax dollar goes to municipal service as every other resident that receives the service. This can be spread against all services that pull from the budget appropriated by tax funds. Currently, Access and Pond Road receives only 2 municipal services among the many that they appropriate funding for: school and curbside trash removal. By the way, does a school bus go down Pond Road? Does a school bus go on Access Road?
No.
No.
No, it doesn't. I know it doesn't, because it turns around at Hotchkiss Commons.
I didn't know that it was on that far anymore.
Yeah, they might turn around,
At the old Union SAU.
right,
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, actually, I think the bus is actually turning around right there at the,
when you're still on Middleton Hill, right at the
yeah,
foot of
right there,
Middleton
the
Hill,
walk, yeah, that,
old junkyard
yeah,
area,
yeah,
right.
I don't know if they, yeah.
If the board, meaning us, allows contracted suppliers to alter service routes based on weather and road conditions on a seasonal basis, residents directly impacted should be served a refund for that portion that would allow those residents to receive the same level of service, or more directly put, a refund that would be sufficient to contract another service provider to replace this now obsolete service. Or the municipality may be opening itself up to litigation. Okay. The residents affected are due just notification accompanied with an explanation for the alteration. Poor road conditions when these roads currently receive service from many other providers, without doubt, indicates Waste Management's intention of delivering less to these residents. Less than a week is not ample notification. This is New England. Snow comes every year. Why now is this a problem? Review of the contractual agreements between service providers and affected residents, clearly indicating the providers, Waste Management, right to do so should be provided if the municipality is allowing any changes to services provided. Finally, utilizing social media to post such items removes the ability for all to be notified. Okay. It was disappointing when, living on Pond Road, we were forced to load the waste into vehicles and bring them to the end of the road at the corner of Pond Road and Access Road. Simply bringing the bins to Route 153 is unacceptable. This is over 0.6 miles away for the farthest resident on Pond Road. What if a resident does not own a vehicle capable of carrying these proposed bins? Are they to leave the waste at Route 153 in bags? Once left at Route 153, the animals make a mess. Who owns cleaning up this mess? Waste Management will not clean up any bags that have been torn open. Lastly, this new area is now in the town of Union. They're right. This little bit, the first little bit of access road is in Union.
Right.
It's not until you get after Dunkin' Donuts that you're in Middleton, okay? A letter from the town of Middleton to affected residents showing that Middleton has made Union aware that its residents will be dumping waste on their publicly traveled streets and approves of this act. Waste Management can continue to pick up the trash until this is produced. Okay. Perhaps all affected residents can send the town of Middleton a bill for having to hire a private company to assist the town of Middleton with their obligations to all residents of the town. What's next? The ambulance needs the person to bring themselves or an individual to Route 153 to receive service. The fire trucks will put the house fire out and save anyone inside, but they have to do it from the corner of Access Road and Route 153. Lastly, apply all above to the poor people abandoned on Deer Run Road as well. Please do not allow my absence to diminish any passion I have towards this subject matter. Please reply directly to my concerns via email or via conventional mail. Thank you for your time. Sincerely, Demetrius, how do you pronounce the last name? Saros?
Zeros.
Yes. Okay.
I did some research.
Yes.
How is mail delivery dealt with in those areas? Are there mailboxes all the way down Deer Run Road?
No idea.
Yes,
Oh.
because there's no mailbox, there's not like a bunch of mailboxes at the end of the road, so they go down there, they must.
I can't believe they go down there in the wintertime.
Well, you have that elderly housing up there, so I imagine they must get their mail delivered, so.
So I think the Waste Management goes to Taylor's, because I think Taylor maintains the portion of the road to get to there.
Well,
Because I think we went over that last
did
year.
last year, but I don't know if they're doing it this year.
Where is Pond Road in accordance to
The
Taylor's?
left-hand turn
After?
before, no, it's before Taylor.
Before Taylor, first road, it's like a little small
So
looks like
where
a
they
driveway.
probably need to bring it out is to the end of Pond Road,
Right.
not to the end by Dunkin' Donuts.
Right, unless Paul Taylor is not plowing adequately access road, in which case it would be down
Right.
to 153.
First of all, have we talked to Waste Management about this at all?
I asked him, cause I was getting complaints, cause Chris Kanka, the guy that was here, he sent this exact email, cause what I do is I copy and paste his email onto the website, so people will know. It says, Waste Management is having a lot of trouble getting around in town today. The dirt side roads in particular are not passable. Some are plowed, but there's an underlying packed ice snow from last Friday, making the roads literally sheets of ice. Deer Run and Access Road will need to start bringing their material to the main road, thanks. They do that every year. They will not go down Deer Run and Access Road because they're not maintained. So I don't know where he's getting the 153 thing, but anyways. So I asked Chris.
They go,
I
who's
said-
Chris?
Chris is Waste Management.
Waste Management, good.
I said I wanted to clarify for me the reason that you're not collecting on those roads because it's a class 6 private road because they are not maintained by the town. He says yes, when they are not maintained by the town on any given week, we may or may not able to access them for safety reasons. So that's why they will not go down. So then I went to Jonathan at Avatar because this gentleman's saying that he pays the same taxes as everybody else.
They
He
don't.
does not. Their valuation is lower because they live on a private road, so they do not pay the whole thing. They pay for the collection, just like everybody else, but their value is lower.
Okay.
So, yeah. So you have a couple of answers to this.
Couple other comments. Driving a mail delivery truck, usually a private vehicle, sometimes a Jeep, is a whole world of difference from driving that waste management truck. Okay? By the way,
But they don't always, in actual, just about in here, is even with the mail, they don't always deliver it every day depending on the weather.
yeah,
So,
bet they don't.
and I live on 153,
Mhm.
and I know that I don't get my mail every day if it's crappy weather. So, just.
Anybody know what Lincoln Road is?
Mm-hmm.
I do. It's right on the backside of where I live. On Tuesday afternoon, it's starting to get dark, last Tuesday. Brand new driver, 20 years old, first day, driving that big rig. He starts to go up Lincoln, and for reasons that are not clear to me, maybe he couldn't make it, this is during the storm. Starts to back down. Slipped sideways, hung up on the box culvert, and was there for a few hours, and that's on a public road.
Is this the waste management truck?
Yeah,
Oh.
huge waste management trucks.
So didn't they come up with, about that too? They were gonna go up, Lincoln Street and all that? That would come up.
No, Lincoln's a public road.
Well, I mean, they take, because the driver had a problem, that means that could pick up trash and stuff
Right.
because of it.
But I was gonna, and just, I guess the other point would be is Pine Ridge is a private road, but that one, they must maintain that one pretty good because they don't bring their garbage out to the end of that road.
No,
Which
they
road?
don't. Pine Ridge.
Pine Ridge. Pine Ridge is I know Pine Ridge is private, that's the
I
one.
think they have a plow guy.
Well, no, that's what I'm
Right.
saying, so that,
They
I'm saying,
maintain
so they do a very good job of maintaining, well, I think, and I don't think he lives, I don't know, Ed Randall used to live down there and he does excavation, he has all that. But my point would be is that road must stay well maintained because their garbage doesn't come out to the end of it. The only one that I've ever seen was Deer Run.
Right.
It was like-
I was on, Pine Hill, Pine Ridge, just the other day. There's snow covered and like, but you can drive in there and drive out with no absolute, no problem whatsoever. Well, they do a good job with it.
Right, yeah.
It's just to show private roads can be being done if they're done right.
Now you know why we have a driveway, not a class 6.
So,
But even at that, you have to bring it out to the.
Yeah, but we make sure the driveway is drivable and
Yeah.
that we can at least
Simple as
get-
that.
I'm gonna draft a letter to Demetrius offering the following choices. You're right, bring the trash out to the end. I don't know about leaving it in Union, I'm not sure they want Middleton's trash in Union.
Well, in the comment, I think you need to make as well, is he said, you know, about the bags out there. I believe the ordinance says that or it has to be in
Trash cans,
Container.
right.
a container,
Not
not
bags.
Right. Well, be a bag within a container, but yeah.
You could, another suggestion is, you could pay someone to do an adequate job of keeping the road cleared, and then the trucks would go down. But cleared for a huge truck is a whole lot different than clearing for my little F-250, okay? These things, those trucks are tremendous in size.
But you have to stop and consider as well, they have to have either heating oil or propane delivered, those trucks are not small,
Right.
as well. Those roads have to be maintained for them to get out, so they're not gonna get an oil delivery. Unless
Or-
they burn all the wood, so.
Or, what happens?
They don't
If-
get a delivery.
They don't get a delivery.
Right.
If your oil driver says, that road is too dangerous, then,
Driver's discretion.
right. The third option I'm gonna present is if all the residents, of which there might be 3, 4 on Pond Road, agree to it, they could request that the town float a bond to make their road upgraded to a public road, paved. And the money for that would be assessed to their property in their monthly tax bill. So, I don't know, $200,000-300,000 for 3 people to have a public road, but, you know, as long as townspeople approve it. But those 3 people are gonna pay for it, okay? Unless the town has different intention.
Well, and I guess maybe your other issue would be is that stretch right before it becomes Middleton, it's Union. If that's not maintained adequately.
There you go.
Right? Yep.
That's a problem.
just-
We had that with that other guy.
Yeah, it does. So,
Just throwing it.
And
I'm
then you
sure
get,
we maintain to the Dunkin' Donuts driveway, but after that, it's a question.
So,
Get to the
I'll
Dunkin' Donuts
write
line.
a polite letter, but, I have no intention of directing waste management to go onto private or class 6 roads. I have no intention of telling Rick Washburn to start plowing a class 6 or a private road, which by the way is illegal. The state has made it very plain. If you are on a class 6 road and you start to maintain it, then you must continue to maintain it and it becomes a class 5 road. Private roads stay off altogether, 'cause we have no jurisdiction on a private road. We will respond if we can, fire trucks, ambulance, police, but that's the cost of doing business on a private road, okay? I mean,
In your letter, it might be wise to, bring up the subject of, a reduced property
oh, I will.
value,
Yep,
as to what it is, isn't it?
yep,
And so thereby they get some relief.
yes.
What's the classification for New Portsmouth Road? From all the way down to the,
I imagine the part they plow is 5, I don't know. All the way up to Fred Alfrey's house?
yeah,
I don't know.
Does he plow his own driveway, on his own road all the way down?
I thought we plowed
We
partway
do,
up
we
there.
plowed a Fred Alfrey's.
Why?
I don't know, but that's where they turn around, is right there,
Where?
at Alfrey's.
Yeah, but from that last farm, all the
After
way to
Fred's,
Alfred's is a class 6.
I'm pretty sure they plow all the way down to Alfrey's house.
Been doing it probably since
Either that,
Alfred.
maybe that's because that's the only turnaround, once they're down there, you go till you can turn around,
Another concern
I would
is
think.
Old Tate Lane.
Right. Is that
Yeah.
right?
we just stopped plowing that one.
Well, for a long while, we plowed it because it was a source of water for the fire department. I'm not sure that's accessible anymore.
I haven't been down there for a while, but.
I think the
Normally-
pond has grown in and I don't know if you could
Also,
draw water from there.
plus there's a
That
bridge
would be
there
something
like
we
that, and
have
that bridge has to be rated to hold a fire truck as well to turn around up in there, doesn't it? So. I haven't
Yes, if we had to get one across it.
Right.
I was always under the impression that we could get one in from this side of it, but that might not be the
And
case.
let's be honest, with Sunrise Lake kind of up the road a little bit,
It all depends on, it all depends on what we've got going on, what's the closest spot for water.
right?
We might have to shuttle something from Sunrise, but if we've got the river right there, it might be a spot.
Mm-hmm.
Or the
Oh.
bridge,
The Cocheco River goes under the bridge
yeah.
here.
Where,
Is there a spot deep enough there to
yeah,
pull water?
technically we
Right.
only need about yay.
Yeah, okay. Alright. but I don't know whether we still plow that or not. Do you think we do?
No, I know we don't.
Oh, we don't plow it?
No, we quit last year
Good.
because it's no longer a source of water for fire that we needed down there.
Right.
We haven't utilized it, like that's not been maintained, whatever, and we just said, a step back for a brick, didn't wanna go down there no
Yeah.
longer because it's too close and
Yeah.
there's too much chance for damage to other people's property to do it, so. I think we backed out of there.
Okay, so, any other comments about waste management? I'm certainly feel sorry for them, but, you know, it's, you folks face the same problem when you got your property, okay? Okay,
And we have no problem with them.
and I don't,
Our bags are out there right beside the mailbox every Tuesday morning.
in trash cans.
It's up beside the road.
Actually, I don't think there's a problem, you know, we don't put it out the night before.
Yeah.
No.
We put it out a couple of hours
Without a
before they
doubt.
pick it up.
They're pretty predictable when they're gonna be in there,
Our
within a couple
trash
hours or
has
so.
never been broken into.
Yeah.
Never, never, never.
Yeah, add to that, that
We don't throw,
we don't put out waste that animals are attracted to.
we give them to the animals prior. We feed the, yeah,
Up
we
front
feed
of the
the
house.
coon. Feed the coon from at the other end of the lake. Pond. Feed the coon, whatever else. Yeah, hey,
Alright, we have talked about ordinances pertaining to trucks in the town of Middleton. There's certainly been talk about a gravel pit up in New Durham and how that would affect trucks. Here comes one from the town of Milton. I think we're gonna be invited to attend their public hearing about it. Okay? Who's got it?
There's the front of the email telling you the dates and then the back
Want me to
is
read
what
it?
they're.
Okay, this goes to the subject, public hearing posted for Governor's Road, no through trucking. For Governor's Road. That doesn't affect Middleton, because that ends up on us. Public hearing dates set for the trucking ordinance for no through trucking on Governor's Road, Hare Road, and Thurston Road in Milton, New Hampshire is 12/3/2018 and 12/17/2018.
Where?
Okay.
At the municipal building?
Section 1, authority to regulate, says, the Milton Select Board authority to adopt regulations set forth in RSA 41:11 relating to regulation for the use of town roads, and RSA 47:17, 7 and section 7 and 8, which specifically authorize the Select Board to make special regulations as to the use of vehicles upon particular highways and to exclude such vehicles altogether from certain highways. 2, conformity to signs, with signs, no person shall operate a vehicle in the town of Milton except in conformity with the requirements or directives of traffic signal signs and devices and in the manner specified in RSA chapter 265. Section 3, vehicular traffic restrictions, no through traffic. No person shall operate a truck as defined by RSA 259:115, section B, excepting as light truck as defined in RSA 259:50, on the following streets in a manner that allows the operator to travel from one end of the street to the opposite as through traffic without stopping for either business or as a resident of that street. Hare Road, Governor's Road, Newts Road. Section-
Wait a minute. I thought you said Thurston Road.
Well, this is, I'm just reading like they said it, so.
So to get to Thurston Road, you have to go across the Hare Road, the new road,
Yeah.
Okay.
or Governor's Road.
Uh, Thurston Road connects
And that's
Governor
Governor's
and.
in here.
Right.
Section 4, waivers. The select board shall have the authority in extraordinary circumstances to grant written permission to an applicant who applies in writing to permit deviation from the provisions of Article 1, Section 3 of this ordinance, where the applicant demonstrates in the sole and exclusive discretion of the select board that the circumstances are unique, the alternative route is unreasonable, and the use of the restricted public highway is in the public interest. The board shall have the authority to attach such conditions to grant of a waiver as it deems prudent and necessary. Turn the page, Joe. Okay, section 5, penalty. Failure to adhere to this ordinance shall be a violation and result in a fine of no less than $250 for the first offense, $500 for the second offense, and $1,000 Section 6, effective date, January 1st, 2019, Town of Middleton Select Board will be Ryan Tebow, Aaron Hutchings, and Andy Lucier, Chairman, Vice Chair, and Selectman. At large.
The only one that affects us per se is governors. The first, I don't know, 500 feet, 300 feet of Governor's Road is us.
About a quarter mile.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's about
The other
the
two are
bottom
all
of
in
the hill.
Milton.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
There was a fire once on Governor's Road, right on the border.
The Woods Fire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so it's on, I'm guessing it's probably gonna be at the Farmington Municipal Building, which is the old, no, I'm sorry, Milton, which is the old church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't say where, just,
All right.
not unless it's on the address up on top.
No, that's weird. You would think they would tell you where it is.
Actually,
The
what is
third
it?
and or the 17th?
It's gonna be 2 public meetings, one's gonna be the December 5th
I'll
and
find
7th.
out before, cause it could be at that, Emma Ramsey building too.
When is it? One of the 2 dates, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The
January
3rd,
No,
third and the 17th of December.
not January.
December.
It's December, right.
So that's,
Jumping the gun here, it's
No,
effective
that's-
January 1st.
so
Right.
then that's next Monday, Monday. And the 17th is the
I don't think I'll be making that one, I'm gonna be
Oh,
here.
but the 17th is the budget committee, so.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'd like to go, but I can't be in 2 places at once. Anyway, more, yes.
I got
Les.
a couple, no, I have more, well, no, I just, any updates on the cell phone tower? Towers, I guess, the one down here and the one over there, anything,
I have not
heard anything?
heard of anything.
I know they were down there doing some testing and, with holes and stuff like that, there was a little bit of a hang up on the power, they're gonna put overhead lines, set underground as we, at home that they need to do, so they have to go back and redo the blueprints to do that, so I don't know if that hold up or not, but
They bring overhead set them on the road?
the blueprints that they sent to us showed
Oh.
overhead lines the whole way over to where the cell towers are. No, they're coming off the road to one pole, and this will go from that pole underground all the way up through.
I'm
So.
just curious, I know that it was pushing, supposedly it was gonna be by the end of the year.
Yeah, well,
but- No, so I just,
Yeah.
I'd ask. And
Nice
the other
of them.
question I have is, any ideas of warrant articles that'll be going on? For next year? October,
No,
just
if
curious.
I can get some idea, it's kinda tied into the cell tower, but some ideas on the cost of a new highway garage, consider putting that in, but it's kinda dependent upon, no, the idea of selling it is dependent upon
Right,
getting revenue from the
Right.
cell tower.
I know, I was just curious if
Yeah.
there was anything in
Yeah,
there.
there's a spending freeze.
Thank you.
I was just curious if there was anything,
When would you like any of them in? So I have a copy.
so possible.
oh, I thought you meant cell towers, I was gonna say, why, you putting in cell towers?
I got one right in the back of my truck.
Oh,
What Dad gave me and everything. I understand it.
Fires and warrants and stuff like that, set it as soon as possible.
Yeah, cause we're gonna start going through budgets in the month of December, I believe.
And we have to
It's
submit-
coming.
And we have to submit the warrants along with the budget as well, so.
Yep.
for approval.
that was all I was gonna ask.
Everybody remember, there's 2 ways of getting a warrant article into the budget. You know, one is selectmen submit it, the other submit by petition.
Right.
I think it's 25 voters have to sign it.
Yes, I think so.
All right, more, less. Anything, Bill?
Quick question for you.
Yeah.
There are 4 ATV tires that the fire department has that we originally purchased with the mule back in 2006. We don't use them, I'd like to get rid of them, but we put those out for bid. So I'd like to put in for that, but I've had to do that, you said in writing, correct?
Right, you have to sit there and, through the fire department as chief, what size they are, what the value is like that, bring it to the select board here,
Yep.
and we will approve, let's say, yes, go ahead, put them up, we'll bid. or not, and then we can turn around, and if we say yes, you can put them out for bid, then we have to submit it to the paper for people to bid
Beautiful.
on, and we'll have a sealed bid process by a certain date.
Okay, I will get that.
Right, Laura?
Correct.
I knew I was right before I asked. Just wanna make sure you have nothing else to add to it.
No, it's basically, we just put it in the paper. Whoever submits, and
Yeah.
open them all at the same time.
Keep in mind, please, for December, there's only 2 Monday night meetings, okay?
Yeah.
The 17th of December would be the third
Budget
Monday,
committee,
that's budget. December 24th is
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve. December 31st is the 5th Monday anyway, but it's also New Year's Eve. So we go all the way to January 7th.
Will you have any other meetings?
Well, the budget, and
Well, I mean, I'm saying outside of your regular, because the Mondays, just the way they fall, you might end up having it.
No, because for the rest of the budget like that, the budget committee calls in the delivery session for the
Right.
meeting like that, so that would be something you guys take care of, so.
No, no,
But
but I
that's-
wasn't
in
even
general,
talking budget,
yes.
I was just talking in
yes,
general.
if something came up,
Okay, but other than that,
we
you
have to
wouldn't
post it
necessarily.
24 hours ahead, but yes.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh, okay.
One of us still works, we work around Joe's schedule, but otherwise, John Mullen and I. By the way, today is John Mullen's last day in Concord.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we can have meetings if we post it ahead of time.
Oh, okay.
One of the things that a lot of people don't realize as well, out the front door, we actually have board of selectmen's hours from 8 to 5, Monday through. So we can all be here at the same time if we need to be here. But we also, as well, if we have something special going on, we do post it in advance as well, so.
I'm just
That's why if you
saying,
come in here and you
because
see
of the
2 or
way
3 of us sitting around like that, whatever, signing paychecks or doing whatever, it covers us, so we don't have to post that, we're gonna be in here signing checks, all that sort of thing. We're covered.
Although with a spending freeze, we might not have too many checks to sign.
Right,
Yeah.
you
I
might
like
be
that idea.
waiting to say, we need to continue the spending.
We'll just have the 3 big ones, that's it.
All right, anything else for the good of Middleton? Okay,
Make a motion that we adjourn at,
7:29?
7:29.
I'll second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Good deal.